Hey everybody, we're about to go live on 90.1. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Welcome to Reviving Mississippi. Y'all, I'm your host, DeKeither Stamps. We got a great show to lined up for you today. It's always good to be in WMPR 90.1. We appreciate all of the listeners and viewers online who tune in every week. And we also appreciate our underwriters. Our underwriters for today's show, Mr. Micheal Jordan, Micheal Jordan Transportation Service. You can go to www.mjstransportation1.com. If you want some good food versus fast food, make sure you tune in and swoop on over there by SuperBurgers. They got good stuff. They're doing the thing they've always been doing, the same way they've been doing it in the same place. We'll begin today's show by remembering those people who are going through bereavement. I mean, every week there are several people who are going through bereavement. And I just wanted to just take a moment just to say we love you, we appreciate you, and we look forward to continuing to grow together as we go through these trying times of bereavement. Just know we're in this together, and we ain't going nowhere. But the only place we're going to move is move forward together. So I appreciate everybody who checks on people the days and weeks after, the months after. Just we appreciate everybody who checks on those families who are going through bereavement, because y'all know bereavement is rough, and you got to be a friend so you can have a friend during your time of need. Today's show is a special show because we're going to be talking about this season that we're in, this Kwanzaa season. We got some great partners in Women for Progress and Ms. Willie Jones and Coach Abasi and everybody who participates in the Kwanzaa celebrations every year. You know, there should be Kwanzaa celebrations in my mind all over. And it's not against Christmas, but it's for, celebration of our unique culture, our unique heritage, and building a culture for the future. So I always want to just take a moment to recognize Kwanzaa. And we have some wonderful people that are going to be on today's show. We have Miss Willie Jones from Women for Progress, no stranger to the show. She's been here serving in the community, recently awarded several major awards by several institutions. And we have Coach Abasi. Let me bring them on right quick. Let's see here. Hello, Miss Jones. How are you?
Hello. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for letting us join tonight.
Oh, most definitely. We definitely got to have you on for Kwanzaa and Coach Abasi. So it's been a while since you've been on the show. Tell us a little bit about what you've been up to.
Well, Women for Progress is always doing some amazing things. The women of this organization, which is over 380 women strong from all walks of life. You know, I always, Miss Stewart, our founder, Dorothy Samuels Stewart, Miss Stewart Samuels, used to say all the time, you can find a Women for Progress member in every boardroom, in every schoolhouse. Wherever you go, you find a member of Women for Progress. So these women have been doing amazing things for community. They've been doing amazing things in their businesses and just empowering and uplifting each other and making sure we continue to move forward in the city of Jackson and state of Mississippi. So it's always great things happening. And I'm always excited to sit in and talk about the work that we're doing. And especially tonight, when you have given us this opportunity for an entire hour of Kwanzaa, talk about empowerment of Kwanzaa. This is exciting. And we have a lot of great things coming up. So I look forward to that. And of course, in my own space, it's all about workforce development. We've been putting people to work constantly in higher paying jobs. And we continue to do that and uplift also.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, Miss Jones is no stranger to WMPR and airwaves, no stranger to Reviving Mississippi. Just in her own personal capacity, she's an amazing lady with a wonderful business. Tell us a little bit about what's going on at Dependable Source Corp before we get kicked off.
Yeah, we have some exciting things going. Of course, we're always empowering through our CDL training program, where we're putting both men and women in higher paying jobs in transportation. Always excited to share about our Next Gen trucking program, which is for those individuals that are 18 to 20. They can't go over the road. Well, they can go over the road in the state of Mississippi, but they can't cross the state lines yet. But if they in that 18 to 20-year-old coming out of high school, you know, we have so many young people who say, I'm not ready to go to college, or I'm not sure if I want to go to college, but I want a job paying $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year. I don't want to go to work at Walmart. I don't want to go to McDonald's, because a lot of times when our 18-year-olds are coming over because they don't have a resume, there's not a lot of opportunities out there. But we're putting them through a CDL training program called our Next Gen program. It offers some scholarship opportunities to help them with the cost of tuition. And then we place them work with companies right here within the state of Mississippi. So we're always excited about that. Opportunities for women. We have a Drive Her program where there's scholarships available there for women. Also, we have some wraparound services where we pay for child care up to 3 months after they graduate from the program, even starting when they start the program, and a travel allowance, which allows them some a small stipend to help them pay for gas, or if their tire blows out on the road, or car needs to be fixed or something, they can use that for getting back and forth to school and getting back forth to campus. So we have a lot of opportunities. We have a new freight dispatcher program that is out of this world. If you ever thought about becoming a freight dispatcher, either that work directly for a motor carrier or starting your own freight dispatch operations from homes, we have a 5-day program that it covers. And then it has a mentorship program to make sure you get off the ground and everything. And it's just amazing price. And so just reach out to us at dsctrainacademy.com, dsctrainacademy.com. Talk to one of our representatives. And even if you're just thinking about getting into the industry, you want to just talk to someone, you heard about the great opportunities in trucking, just give us a hit on the website, or either give us a call, and we'll be glad to talk to you about it.
Well, we always appreciate your hard work, because workforce is critical. If we don't get our workforce prepared to move forward, we won't move forward in the next generation. So the work you're doing is definitely appreciated. So tell us a little bit about where we are with Kwanzaa. I'm going to bring in Coach just for a second. Let's make sure I get this right. Coach, how you doing, sir? You're on mute, Coach.
I can hear you now, Doc.
Okay, and we have Coach Habasi. He's with the Jackson Association of Social Workers. He's the president of that organization, but he also runs the Kwanzaa Celebration that we participate in every year. So we can start with Ms. Jones, and then you can kind of guide us in the conversation.
Yeah, I'm so glad Coach joined us tonight, because he and his organization have been a great partner with us over the last 3 years or so with our Kwanzaa, and we're going to be doing that same thing again this year. I think, Commissioner Stamps, I would like for us to start off talking about the theme this year for Kwanzaa, and that's so important. The founder of Kwanzaa every year creates a theme that we can focus the principles around and make sure that we can gravitate around. And I tell you, he has hit it on the head this year with the theme, which is celebrating Kwanzaa in difficult and demanding times, lifting up the light that lasts. Now we are right in that.
That's right.
And he states in his message this year, since Dr. Malani Karenga initiated the of providing an annual Kwanzaa theme and annual Kwanzaa founders message, he has sought to offer a theme and message which serve as a framework and focus for the work in the African American community, to relate the principles and practices of Kwanzaa to enduring and current issues of life, work, and struggle. And so I think that theme says it. We are definitely in difficult times, even though there's opportunity for us, and we remain hopeful and excited about 2025. These also are challenging times. People have lost lives, and they're challenged around finances. We still have struggles within our families. So the principles of Kwanzaa, when we'll be talking about tonight, is those principles that have been around a long time, that no matter what our situation is, we can count on those to give us awareness, to give us education, to give us the tools to be successful in every walk of our lives, whether it's in our families, whether it's in our communities, and even our businesses. The Kwanzaa principles talks about the success of our businesses and how we need to successful, how do we need to work together, how do we need to be unified together. And that's what we need now. And I want everybody to really put a on your calendars this year, your Kwanzaa day or week that you want to celebrate and all the activities that are around. Because if you want to be empowered and you want to be uplifted for the next year, Kwanzaa principles more than ever is going to be essential for us. And it's so important for us, young and old. And make sure you share it with your family and your children and your neighbors. So we're excited to be here tonight and appreciate you letting us be here.
Okay. We're going to shift over to Coach Abasi. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with your initiatives you pushing forward this year.
Well, I'm so excited because what we're doing is now what we're doing with the Jackson Association of Black Social Workers. We've partnered with so many different people because I think social work is the key to making sure that we socially advocate for all groups, all people. But in terms of understanding our culture and how we be able to be self-aware with others, we got to know our own story pretty much. And that's what we've been doing for the whole year from 2024 January to 2024 December. We have been really pushing that and advocating for making sure that people understand the principles of Kwanzaa, but make them practical. We have to make the practical. And we don't want to have just a performance of Kwanzaa without any surface information that people get, and then they leave and they don't have any experience. So what we decided to do is we partner this year to make sure that Kwanzaa principles are being implemented. We partnered with the local organizing committee with Brother Kareem and others throughout the city of Jackson and throughout the state of Mississippi to focus on that CERT team. CERT means Community Emergency Response Team. So we really worked on that so much to where there, when there's a disaster, people can be able to handle a situation, but using the community as being the first point of a contact. So that CERT program is, we've been doing it for the whole entire year. We just had a graduation at the Jackson Fire Academy, and I actually was one of the graduates of the program, so I'm really excited about that. Brother Cream been trying to get me for years to get into the program, but when we partner up, it was amazing because we got the chance to get the older generation, the younger generation to come together. We had some teenagers graduating as well, so that's very important. And then also another project we're working on to lead up to Kwanzaa is called Cosbo. So Cosbo, DeKeither, I think you're going to love Cosbo because Cosbo talks about different relevant questions that happen in our past, our current, as far as our history. It's questions about civics, politics, and just religion in total, a whole package of questions that young people are able to answer in competition. So we've been doing that for the whole entire year, from the fourth grade all the way to the sixth grade, where we get some young people to come together and they do. Well, first of all, we have a little forum where they come together and they just talk about the issues, civic issues, political issues. And then afterwards, we just quiz them on it, make it more fun and challenging for them. So the cause actually means knowledge of self. The statement is, if you don't know yourself, you'll hate yourself. Everything that looks like you and act like you hate as well. So what we want to do with the Kwanzaa this year is turn that notion of hating ourselves into loving ourselves and loving our best selves. And that's why we have that Cosbo. And the last thing we did is we have that self-development learning club. So everybody, a lot of people see me as coach. Now, I used to coach basketball. We was pretty successful. And also some people, they used to put it on us as well. But what I found out is that after I retired from coaching in 2015, I decided that I wanted to coach the mind. So I went back and started becoming a therapist. And what I do now is that I coach the mind, and I have my company, we call Self-Development Learning Club. We've incorporated Kwanzaa in everything we do, in the principles. So that gives us an opportunity to have a platform throughout the whole year. And now we have an opportunity to celebrate. So I'm excited about the first night of Kwanzaa. I had some really good food last year, the good entertainment, good information. Now we want to take this information and make it revelation, make it relevant for what's going to happen for 2025 based on what we did in 2024. So I'm excited about what we're going to be doing for Kwanzaa on this year.
Okay. Ms. Jones, can you give us a little framework and talk? Let's go into the meat of our discussion tonight.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the principles and the importance, and I want to start by just giving those and we can talk a little bit about them as we go through them. Of course, Women for Progress this year and for the past several years is partnering with 2 Mississippi museums, and we celebrate the first day of Kwanzaa, which is December 26th. Kwanzaa week is December 26th through January 1st. That's the first thing our community need to know, is those dates that you can celebrate during those particular times. But I love what Coach said, is that these principles are principles that we can celebrate and make sure that we have awareness of 365 days a year. So we don't have to just wait for Kwanzaa week. They are so relevant to us every single day. But Umoja is the first day of Kwanzaa, and that's what Women for Progress will be celebrating. It's one of our most significant principles, because it talks about unity. There's nothing we can do if we're not unified, if we're not together, if we're not working together. And as Coach said, loving each other, respecting each other, respecting humanity is so important. When we talk about the crime in the city of Jackson, is unity and respecting humanity and the whole idea of life and how precious life is so important. So unity, which means to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. That's amazing, right, Coach? When we're talking about,
That's it.
it's everything. And Kuja which is self-determination, which means to define, name, create, and speak for oneself. We don't have to wait to the government to solve our issues. We have everything we need within our own selves. And think about the talent in the African American community, both past and present, that exists. We have the ideas, we have the innovation, we have the love, we have the care, we have the excellence, all of those things. And that's what that principle stands for and reminds us about. And then Ujima, which is collective work and responsibility, which means to uplift your community by building and maintaining it together. We have to clean up our neighborhoods together. We have to work together in our neighborhoods. We have to do tips like we're doing tonight, when we are coming together using our talents, our resources, and everything to uplift and maintain our community. We can do that. We can do that and do it in such a great way. And Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics, which means to uplift your community economically. Oh, wow. What amazing opportunities it is to build our city, to build our state, to build our businesses economically, to create opportunities for higher paying jobs for our young people that are coming out of college. We want them to remain here in Mississippi. We don't want them to travel outside of this state. And there are so many ways we can do that. When I think about Women for Progress and all the amazing women-owned businesses, oh my God. And I'm going to share with you a little later, Coach, the amazing women we're going to be celebrating this year. So when we talk about economics, these women empower all of that, and this is just 12 of what that we celebrate. We probably could have done more, in the state of Mississippi. So that's great. And then Nia, which means purpose, which means to reflect on your collective goals and personal missions and consciously commit to building and developing the community. We have to strategize. We have to make sure that we are being intentional about our efforts. And that's what Nia speaks to. And Kuumba, which means creativity, which means to leave your community more beautiful and beneficial than you inherited it. Oh my goodness. I gotta read that one again. Creativity, which means to leave your community more beautiful and than you inherited. And finally, Imani. I think number 1, when we talk about unity, and number 7, when we talk about faith, meaning faith, which inspires and sustains us together. Right, Coach? Faith is
That's it. That faith brings us all together. It culminates and makes the whole thing works. Because we don't have faith in ourselves, we can't have faith in the system that is supposed to be helping us. So that's very important.
I want to add about faith too, is when everybody else is telling us that we are something that we're not, when the media is trying to talk about the negative things that happen in the African American community and the city of Jackson, when we focus on what God says we are and who we say, oh my goodness, we stay focused on that, We don't have to worry about outside and what the society say that you can't do this, your kids can't do this, you know, you can't sit at this table. We know when God tells us that we are great, we are beautiful, we are loved, we are desired, we are excellent. All of those things, all we have to do is focus on what he says we are. And when we get that together, oh my goodness, and that unity thing, okay, we are powered. So this is why Kwanzaa is so important for us tonight to be bringing awareness. Now, you know, we don't want to clump Kwanzaa in with any other celebrations, but no matter what religion you come from, no matter where you are, we're going to celebrate Christmas and the birth of Christ and all of that. But Kwanzaa is a celebration of culture, celebration of community, celebration of family, all those things that encompass everything. And that's what we're going to, that's what we want to bring awareness to tonight, and remind our community and each other, remind each other how great we are, the greatness that has been, that was born in us and remains a part of us. And when we're thinking about everything else that's going on in the world, come back and focus on family.
That's
focus
right.
on lifting up your family, loving your family, and everything else would fall into place. The gaps would be filled. When we talk about crime, if you're loving on your family and providing for your family, providing for your kids, being with your kids, taking care of your elderly, all of those things is everything, you
It's
know.
critical.
Yeah, so that's what this night is about, for us to remind each other of that, and let us get ready for Kwanzaa. Let us get ready to have it in our hearts and have it in our minds, and so that when we go into 2025, we're empowered for a really great year for all of us.
You know, as we strive to be a principled and values-based society, we must celebrate principles and not just symbols. Let me say that again. We got to celebrate principles and not just symbols. So it's not wrong for me to celebrate Jesus on Christmas and Jesus on Easter.
Wow.
That's against the people who celebrate Santa Claus and Easter bunnies. That's what they want to do. But for me, Christmas is about Christ.
That's right.
Then right after Christmas, we spring into Kwanzaa. So
Right.
there should never be a mystique about Kwanzaa, because people are allowed to are respected who celebrate Ramadan, who celebrate Hanukkah, who celebrate a myriad of different things throughout the year. Kwanzaa is something that can bring every culture together, every religion together, because there are core values and principles that you can build your life on, build your community on, and rebuild your life and rebuild your community. So when people say, well, what should we do? Kwanzaa.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just did Kwanzaa. Those 7 things and program them into your lives, society will be better. So when you, and that's why I'm a fond believer of something that Coach Abasi was brilliantly inspired with when he said Kwanzaa 365.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, you celebrate Kwanzaa during the period of celebrating Kwanzaa, but you practice Kwanzaa throughout the year. And if we just do that, we will be far ahead than where we are. And more importantly, we'll all know where we're going. We'll all know what the roadmap is. Everybody always says, well, what's the plan for community to rebuild itself? Kwanzaa, whole plan.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you talk about symbolism, you was right. DeKeither, you said symbolism, and that's what Kwanzaa is. Kwanzaa is a symbolism, but majority of times when people don't understand that the symbolism has to have substance, and the substance is what gives us an opportunity to build those core values into for the next generation. What we've done is that we've started to really push the message with a term called the next one's up. The next one's up has replaced the word young people. And we've done that because we start to partner with a lot of different, I call them young people, and they say, well, you know what? I'm not young. I'm the next one up. So I said, what do you mean? I'm the next one up to be a doctor, a lawyer. I'm the next one up to be a therapist, just like you. And I said, wow. So we've been pushing this for the last 6 months, because a lot of times with social media and a lot of things that's going on, our young next ones up, they see a lot of symbolism, but it has no substance. And that's why I think the principles of Kwanzaa is very important. And then also, you said something really, really significant when you're talking about family. Family means few among many. Those few that would stand out and do those things that nobody else would do. I remember back when Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party was hosting like 3 years in a row with Kwanzaa a night, and Stamps, you would come in, man. Well, first of all, the food was always good. Food was always good.
Yeah,
But what you would do is that you would come in and teach people about the importance of understanding civic duty when it comes to politics, taking us from a mindset of leaving away from this politics that's out there, but teaching about politics on a lower level and on a higher level, so we won't have a disparity. Because a lot of times, our next ones up are young people wasn't voting. But one thing you push that, if you complain about something, you need to be a part of the solution. And I really admire the fact that when the Mississippi Democratic Party had a night in Kwanzaa, and there was always a focus on making sure we pushed family, but teaching family those core values. And that was very important.
We must master our dollar and our vote. If we can master our dollar and our vote, we can go somewhere now. I promise you we can. I ain't, I don't know much, but I do know that. Ms. Jones?
Yes, you're exactly right. And I was having a meeting today with an amazing a person that's doing a lot of great economic development, and we were talking about doing something for our community and making sure we use our resources and our talent to empower community. But we highlighted 3 things that we want to get accomplished as we go toward that. And the third item was make sure it's gonna get us paid. Okay, so we want to do stuff for community, we want to empower ourselves, we want to clean the neighborhood, but how do we monetize those tasks? How do we monetize the work that we do? Okay. And look, ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay. Let me tell you, because that's how we're gonna make and if we think it through, if you're empowering your community and then you being economically successful at the same time, that's what we want folks to do. And look, we got to stop having shame in our game about it. Okay.
That's right.
That's where other folks that don't look like you and I, they do that all the time, been doing it for years. We got to master it. And we have to teach each other how to look at money differently. I think that's the challenge for our communities. I know you as a social worker coach understand that more clearly than anybody, that the African American community and how we have looked at money, because we have had challenges around money for so long, and people are challenged every day. When you talk about money, it's very painful for many families, for individuals. So they don't want to look at it. They don't want to think about it because they feel a lot of times they're hopeless about money. They don't have a plan to get themselves out of their financial situation. So who wants to talk about something when you're going through bad times? You know what I mean?
Right.
But we have to face those things, and we have to think about when we're in a deep situation, especially if it's financial, there's always a way out. There is always a way out. And the way you start is what skill do I have? What thing do I do well? And then who can I call to help me take my skill and my talent to get me out of my situation? And there's always somebody you can call. And if you don't know anybody to call Women for Progress. We got tons of folks that we can connect you with. So making sure that we are economically secure is so important. And I want to say to every family that's listening tonight, every individual that's listening tonight, is don't feel like you are in this thing together. As many people are going through financial challenges right now. We all, man, when I go to the store and see the price of milk, my thought is, how are mothers getting by? I have 5 grandkids, and 3 of them are boys. And when I watch them eat, how are parents getting by and feeding their children now with the cost of eggs, the cost of milk.
Yes.
So we're all in this thing, and I want everybody listening tonight is that we're in this thing together. It doesn't matter. You before COVID, you might have been making $200,000 or $300,000, and now, based on what the statistics say, many of us are making $30,000, $40,000, and $50,000. Definitely a lot less. So don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call somebody. And if you
That's
don't know,
important.
call Women for Progress. Our telephone number is 601-259-6770. Our email address is womenforprogressinc@gmail.com. We have 100% confidentiality. If you want to share something with us or you need some help, if you need somebody just to sit and pray with you, we have a team of chaplains that are the most powerful women. Oh my goodness, prayer warriors that will be with you and stick with you and support you. I'm telling you, if you got an issue, we got somebody to connect you with. Okay.
That's right.
And
I encourage men join too. I know I need to pay my dues, but
yes.
I've been a member since 2012. 2012 was when I got my first membership.
Yes.
So I encourage men to join too, because the organization has space and place for everyone.
Right. And also, I wanted to say about monetizing your message. That was really important, because the message that you have out has to be monetized, because if you don't, it won't have any value, won't have any relevance. And lots of times when we go into the season, this is a season of the harvest season, where Kwanzaa is a harvest season. Also, it's what we call the winter solar season. So this is the lowest part when the sun goes low. We have to be able to prepare ourselves. So when
I think we lost. He'll kick back. He'll click back on. Let's just take a pause just for a second, Ms. Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to WMPR 90.1. This is Reviving Mississippi. I'm your host, DeKeither Stamps, and we're talking about Kwanzaa today. We got our special host, co-host today, Miss Willie Jones from Women for Progress, and Coach Abasi from the Jackson Association of Black Social Workers. I want to make a special announcement to New Gethsemane MB Church at 220 Magnolia Road in Jackson, Mississippi. Pastor Thomas Ray Jr. is a member, and this brother just brought by here a load of socks and gloves for the homeless. As we all know, we all have a special interest in home, but socks and gloves are the most under-donated but highest value items in the homeless community. And we're going to take a pause just to acknowledge brother for coming by. He comes by every year between Thanksgiving and Christmas. That church brings us a donation right around our sleep out with the homeless. And I just want to take a break to say that. We're back to you, Ms. Jones.
Yes, I was, yeah, definitely. And when you mentioned socks, not only the homeless need socks. I was looking at one of my grandkids' list for Christmas. He had socks on the Christmas list. Okay.
No, he did.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that the church brought that by, because when you're homeless outside, it's so cold this time of year. It is amazing. You want to protect your hands and your feet. I tell you, when your hands and your feet are warm, you can kind of get by. Kind of definitely deal with that the temperatures. So that was amazing that he brought that by. That's
Brother Eubanks. When I say Brother Eubanks is dependable. Brother Eubanks, I know you're listening. I appreciate you. I appreciate your family for creating a situation where you can be dependable every year in the things and the service that you do. But back to you about Kwanzaa before we wrap up, Ms. Jones.
Yeah, Coach, you were saying something before you got off, and we want to give you.
I was saying that basically what we have for Kwanzaa this year, and we've been doing the last 3 years, we've actually got a chance to unify Kwanzaa. When I first came from New York, I was celebrating New York and Kwanzaa with my family. I came here, so I celebrated at the Mega Everett Center, right? And then I would start celebrating with Women for Progress. And I realized that we need to have a unifying message, because I had all these people like, well, we got Kwanzaa this day, we that day. And so when me and Miss Jones decided that we're going to use the first day of Kwanzaa and push all the people that were going to Mega Everest to one location, it has been a blessing because a lot of the young people, they never would even fathom Kwanzaa being at that level. So what we did this year is we have Kwanzaa the first day, the 26th is going to be at the two museums. The second day, we're going to be back at the Mega Ever Center, Malcolm X Grassroots. That's with the Malcolm X, they're going to be, and that's going to be with self-determination. Then the 28th, we're going to do something we never done before. Guess what we're going to do, Stamps?
What's that?
We're having Kwanzaa at the convention center.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a project that for 2 years, me and Miss Alice Tisdale, we've been working on it, and we finally got a chance to make it happen. So it's going to be on the 28th. That's going to be the host of the NAACP, One Voice, and the Jackson Advocate newspaper. They're going to do the Kwanzaa at the convention center. And so we're looking forward for you to come in there, Stamps, and make sure you wear your purple.
I might find something purple. I'm
sure you won't have to look very hard, Coach.
I got some beautiful purple dashikis.
Yes.
That are just gorgeous from over at the African Art Gallery.
And the next night, we're going to be back over at the Mega Ever Centers. We're going to be the Jackson Association of Black Social Workers going to be the host for the Cooperative Economics. And that night, we're having a special treat all the way from California. Our brother David Mosley, will be the keynote speaker on that night. And this will be the first time he's actually speaking instead of just doing all the work behind the scenes. So definitely, Stamps, if you're going to be in town, you need to be there at Mega Evers Community Center for that night. And then the next night, we're going to be our traditional night, December 30th, is the Nation of Islam. They hope to host a night for purpose. And then the next night, the LOC, Local Organizing Committee, they host a night for creativity, which is Kahumba. And the final night, our consistent host, Jackson Firefighters LTD, with Brother Eddie James is going to be the host. And our second year host that started is going to be ASJAN, Association of South Jackson Neighborhoods, with Brother Ernest Ward. He's going to be there for the last night of Kwanzaa. So we're doing that. But what we did this year is a little bit different, Ms. Jones. Since we're not doing a lot of things at the nights for 2 nights, we decided 4 years ago we're going to have a Kwanzaa Academy. So this is our 4th year of having the Kwanzaa Academy, where we have young people come in and they learn about Kwanzaa. And that's what we do, the Kwanzaa Bowl, the Cause Bowl, knowledge of self, and also we do the Self-Development Learning Club. So we'll be meeting there from 10 to 2 on December the 26th and 27th, and also December the 30th and 31st. So we're going to have the young people come in from 10 to 2 and they learn about Kwanzaa. And we want to, Stamps, I know you're in town, come by and tell them about farming a little bit, or something that they can use they can have some transferable skills.
We might take the young folks down to the farm this year. So
yes, because we have a lot of them, and it's important.
Michael Jordan Transportation Service, we can get us a bus.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm always loading them up. I'll load them up somewhere, because when those young folks leave the city and they go somewhere else, I mean, it lights up their eyes. I had one young person, where are we going? Texas?
Yes, sir.
We're going to learn it.
Well, you can take a lot of young people from Jackson, just take them down the street to the ranch. They just come to the ranch, and to them, that's another world.
Right.
It is another world, because a lot of them don't get out in that fresh air and be able to see the lakes and stuff that you have down there, DeKeither, and everything. So I think that's a wonderful, wonderful idea, both boys and girls down there. And what connections did they make together when they go down? You know, get to know each other, get to know each socialize.
On the ride there and the ride back is always a good time.
Yeah. And before we leave, also, Commissioner Stamps, I got to share with us, we are celebrating our 12 nominees for Women of the Year this year. And we're going to be crowning our new Nefertiti, our Woman of the Year, at the museum this year on December 26th. And let me just give you a taste of who these women are. Cassandra Welchland, who is the executive director of Mississippi Black Roundtable, Dr. Erin Thompson, the most incredible MD on the planet. We're celebrating her and her Magnolia Medical Foundation. Nika Coleman, who developed hair care products, her own hair care products, Strands of Faith. We're having her, she's one of the nominees. Miss Mary Williams, who is a RN chef. Not only is she a RN registered nurse, but she's a chef and lifestyle coach. We have Miss Joanne Bell, the most powerful prayer warrior you've ever been with, and just have amazing voice. And she's doing so many things all around the world, not just the country, but around the world with her missions that she's empowering people from all over. And Nashambi Lambright Haynes, who executive director of One Voice, who's doing evolutionary things around voter engagement and voter empowerment and protecting voter rights. Miss Attorney Carol Roby, if you have never met this young woman, she is amazing. She's a policy for One Voice. Dr. Nashley Cephas, who has created a hub downtown with the Bean Path in the Jackson downtown district. Oh, she is amazing.
Yes.
AI and coding technology and so much more. Diamond White, she is a hidden jewel. You're talking about the future of leadership in this state. Diamond White is amazing. She's comes to us from West Hinds County and doing amazing things down there. And Miss Leona Bishop, who's also a social worker coach and also does amazing things about mental health and definitely uplifting the community. So 12 amazing women. And out of those 12, we will pick our Women of the Year selection, which we're going to keep on tap until December 26th. But we're going to celebrate her. Miss Wykenia Clinton, who's the executive director of Southern Poverty Law Center, was our Woman Year last year. So she's going to be passing on her crown to our selection for 2024. So we're just going to have a lot of amazing things going on. It's free and open to the public. We're going to have great food. This year, we're going to have vendors. Coach is bringing together with us a selection of vendors that will be there if you want to do a little bit more shopping. So that's going to be a great thing. And so it's just going to be amazing time. And I say all the time, bring your entire family, bring the babies, bring the children, bring the grandpa, the great grandpa. If they can't walk, roll them in.
That's right.
Them there. So we look forward. Usually we have anywhere from 300 to 400 people that attend our Kwanzaa from all over, not just Mississippi, from Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, all over. And we want you to be there. And I promise you, it's going to be empowering. It's going to be inspiring. It's going to be uplifting. So we want you to come and also make sure you go to our Facebook page, because we're going to be posting up other ways. If you want to celebrate Kwanzaa at home with your family, you say, well, I can get out, but I want to celebrate Kwanzaa at home with my family so my kids can know. We're going to give you some ideas of how you can celebrate with your family. We're going to be posting how you can have the celebration at home where you're lighting the candles. You know what the candles mean, and that education also. Make sure you check out our website, womenforprogress.net, and our Facebook page, which is at Women for Progress MS. And if you miss any of the programming that Coach talked about, we're going to have that calendar of events on our Facebook page, and we'll be posting it out and sharing it out through Women for Progress Radio on all of our shows to make sure you have a calendar of all of those great events that are going on. And all of these things are free and open to the public, right, Coach?
That's right. And what we've done is we've been raising money throughout the whole year to make sure that when people come to Kwanzaa, we want their presence to be there, to be the investment, and we always say this is investment into yourself first and foremost. And that's very, very important. And I wanted to share that we at this Kwanzaa celebration on December 28th at the convention center, we're going to have the elders. We're going to honor the elders that have made a contribution to a lot of people. They're going to be honored as well down that night. So it's very important. Now, if you haven't gotten or like looked in, reserve your spot for Eventbrite, we already sold out for the convention center. And so if the person really wants to get in to come and they can't get a ticket or whatever, they can get with me and we try to make a work accommodation because we want everyone to be there. However, at the museum, when I go and my family go the last 2 years, what we've gotten is that I've been able to take young people with me and they connected with these distinguished honorees. And from that, it's been a lot of building relationships throughout the year. So I'm just excited because I know whoever was going to be the honoree for this coveted prize or award is going to be a person that's going to push it throughout the whole year. That's
And
important.
Coach, we did not say that our own Deanna Tisdale is performing. Oh my God, that's the tip of the iceberg. Okay,
Yeah.
So she's gonna have that. That's gonna be a great performance with her and friends that she's bringing to the table.
Oh yes, yes.
December 28th is going to be a powerful, powerful night. The entire week is going to be exciting. So get out your calendars, mark your calendars, make sure you participate. And let me tell you what, you don't have to dress up and be fancy at Kwanzaa week.
No.
Okay. We want you to be looking clean, but show up, bring your blue jeans, your Kwanzaa outfit, whatever you want to do, you do it. This is a great night to be yourself. Okay.
That's right.
Do what you want to do. If you want to get dressed up and fancy, you can do that. If you want to be casual, you can do that. Don't worry about buying a new outfit for your kids. Around Easter time, everybody wants a pretty outfit to put on. Week is an opportunity for you to pull whatever you want to out of the closet.
That's
We're
right.
gonna come in all of these celebrations. We want you to come. We want you to have laughter. We want to walk away from joy. And the whole evenings, every single night is about love, right, Coach?
Love.
Oh my goodness. That's all there's a song say all we need is a little love. And that's what week is about. We're going to share a little love on you and show you how to be more loving to each other in your neighborhood. And so in your families or wherever you sit and stand. So we thank you so much, DeKeither, for letting us come on and highlight and bring awareness to Kwanzaa. We don't want to get ahead of Christmas. We just want people to be able to put this on your calendar and make sure that you understand. And look, if you want to know more information about Kwanzaa itself, I got to give that information out.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of websites. You can just Google Kwanzaa. There's a lot of stuff out there, but we want you to get to the right information, all right? Because sometimes they get it wrong, right, Coach? So
that's right.
So I want to tell you to go to listen to this official Kwanzaa website.org. Now everybody can remember that, right? Official Kwanzaa website.org. That is the founder of Kwanzaa, his website. And you want to get, as they say, from the horse's mouth, that's it. Official Kwanzaa website.org. There's history of Kwanzaa there. There's the messages of Kwanzaa for this year, last year. If you want to find out how to celebrate Kwanzaa at home, that's the website where you can get that information. All the principles of Kwanzaa and what it means is there. So all the symbols that we didn't get a chance to talk about is there. So if you want information, we want you to go there. We want you to go there. And that's a great way to get prepared for Kwanzaa week. So when you walk into all of these events, you're going to be ready, and you would have had that conversation with your family already, and they'll be excited about coming and being engaged in the process.
Pardon words, Coach Abasi?
I just want to say that when you come to Kwanzaa, make sure that you actually come with a mindset to not just learn, but also to engage. It's very important that you engage and see the people that's at Kwanzaa as a mirror reflection of yourself. So once you do that, you're going to always use these principles 365 days a year. So that's very important. Have an open mind, have a open heart, and have a listening ear. Open mind, open heart, and a listening ear, because the information you're going to get is not going to just be information that you're getting like you at school or a lecture. This is going to be something that's going to be life-changing for a lot of people because they're getting a chance to see themselves. And so make sure that when people come out to Kwanzaa, they always continue to invite others to come out, and then practice the principles throughout the year. Practice the principles, because when you practice the principles, you become a product of the whole Kwanzaa celebration.
And if you have a sister or friend that you haven't seen in a long time and you want to do something together, pick a day of Kwanzaa and bring them to Kwanzaa. It's a great opportunity. We're celebrating this year. We have 7 local leaders and civic leaders and biggest business leaders that we're going to be celebrating. That's going to be lighting Kwanzaa candles for all of the couples. So we're celebrating community and the people that uplift our community every day. So from all walks of life, we're going to have individuals we're celebrating with candle lighting ceremony. And then you learn about the history of those in the past and those right now, those in the future that we can look forward to, this that has empowered our community, continue to do the work in our community. And that alone is inspiring, because a lot of these individuals, when we talk about the ones in the past, a lot of our young people don't know about these leaders and these legendary individuals. So it's important for you to be there. I cannot say, what does they say? I guarantee a good time at Kwanzaa. Okay.
Oh yeah, we can guarantee that.
That's right. So we want to appreciate each of you for your work, your dedication, but more importantly, over time. You know, folks, like right now, folks are watching the three of us on here, but we've been in this space, you know, of trying to move community forward, trying to, you know, create culture, try to cleanse culture, and trying to push culture forward. It's been a journey we've been on individually and collectively. So I just want to say thank you all for coming on to Revive Mississippi tonight.
Thanks so much, Commissioner Stamps, for all you do. You have an amazing show. And I love this new technology where we can chime in on WMPR from home.
That's right.
Yeah.
Look chilly outside.
Yeah, I know. It looks so pretty. And look, we got purple surrounding us. Okay.
That's it. That's that royalty color. We got to remember every day is a king in there. Every day. You know, our queen in there.
Yeah.
I want to end with some announcements. We have the County Line Road Boys Food on the Grounds Old Fashioned Saddle and Roll Show, January 18th, 2025, 12 p.m. It'll be right after the Martin Luther King Parade at Love Stables at 1917 Forest Avenue. Come on out and enjoy. We got the Medgar Evers Library Christmas Toy Drive. Please donate new or unwrapped gifts. December 23rd, 2024 at 5 p.m. at 4215 Medgar Evers Boulevard. So come on out to the Medgar Evers Library to the toy drive. New Hope Community presents Continuing in Love Gospel Explosion, Saturday, February 28th, 2024. Doors open at 4, service starts at 5, held at New Hope MB Church at 935 Highway 469 in Pearl, Mississippi. Entry is free. Reverend Lamar Boone and Lee Whitehead will be organizing that. It'll be the B&H Singers, the Wilson Singers, the Noel and Friends, the Cobbins Brothers, the Golden Gates, the Gospel Melodies, Jay Child and Destin. The host is Larry Armstrong from WMPR 90.1 in Devotion by Pastor Joshua Myers. Love Thy Neighbor, hosted by Marlo Walton, Chester Stewart, and Save the Youth Foundation. Family Friendly Vibes, December 21st, 2024, from 4:30 to 7:30. Free toy giveaway, free household supplies, and free raffle. Can't beat it. Fellowship is by none other than Pastor Hosea Hines. Allows the fellowship at the Christ Tabernacle Church Auditorium, 4:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at 1201 Cooper Road. And again, we want to thank Mr. Eubanks at New Gethsemane MB Church at 220 Magnolia Road and Pastor Thomas Ray Jr. for always supporting us, always donating. They came by today and donated a whole box of socks and gloves that we're going to take out to Mississippi Moving Brother Mac Epps over there for those future future giveaways. And last announcement, we have attention Jacktown and Southern Soul lovers, get ready for another Southern Soul Tuesdays on December the 17th at 5:30 p.m. featuring Vic Allen, Big Yayo, Lady V, performances, or they'll be the guest judges, and the performance by Mr. Kane, Teaser, Gwen, Yvette, Preacher Son, and Lil T, hosted by the Lounge Radio Show with Marlena Wright and Vibes All Night Long by DJ Big O 601. Mark your calendars and see you there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been another episode of Revive Mississippi. We appreciate all of our underwriters, Mr. Michael Jordan, the Michael Jordan Transportation Service, and staff SuperBurgers. We appreciate their continued support for us in the community. We also want to end the show like we end every show.
Rambe.
We've been saying that same thing for years. And we say, never let anybody put you in a position where you don't love your own people. Because when you hate your own folks, you're part of the very oppression we're trying to lift ourselves out of. And when I say love your people, it's all the people. Black, white, Democrat, Republican, you love everybody. Your heart got to be big enough to love everybody, because your heart will consume you too. In the powerful words of Will Smith, we're gonna leave some words with Miss Willie Jones.
DeKeither, I'm glad you gave me a segue to say this, that Kwanzaa is not just about visitors that are from the African American community. It doesn't matter what race you are. We have diversity at all of our Kwanzaas every single year. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, blue, brown, whatever color you are. You are invited to come, because we're in this community together. So you need to know. It doesn't matter where if you're a Caucasian, you need to know about these principles. If you're Hispanic, you need to know about these principles, because we all live in this community together. And when we are on one accord and we have an awareness and we have education about each of us, whether our culture, where we are.
Ms. Jones, I got to go. I got the Superman kicking in the door on me. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming on this week. We look forward to seeing y'all at all the Kwanzaa activities. Go check out Women for Progress's website for all the activities. Google them. They're everywhere. Check out Coach Abasi. They got great stuff going on. So we appreciate everybody every week for tuning in. Handyman, get us out of here, man.